Happy are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Well, those are lofty words, done in like, what, less than 15 seconds? I mean, how long did it take me to say that? However, if you felt that deep loss that morning, could be from really, really, truly losing a loved one as they no longer with us in this way, and that can be very devastating. Often, sometimes we know it's going to happen because of somebody's not doing well, or sometimes it just happens out of the blue, and both are devastating. Nobody gets away with not feeling it when they have that much love towards the person they lose that way. Then there's the things like loss of work, and that hits you on so many levels. It hits you on the livelihood level. It devastates your ego. You don't feel worthy. These things are horrible. And then we have the relationships where, whether it be between family or friends or loved ones, people just drift apart, or one person just drifts apart, and it can really, really be, again, another loss, another occasion to mourn. So with that said, or a pet too, sorry, I don't want to just leave that out in the open. We love our pets as well, right? So again, when we do suffer loss of any kind, and there are many kinds, we also have the word of Jesus. And again, this is turning out to be a little bit of a series as it unfolds, but the second thing that Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount, and he spoke with authority that people just were for once told, you will be comforted. So happy are those who mourn. At first you're like, what, how do you even get the word is blessed? But again, a blessing wouldn't be nothing more than something happy, right? Again, I'm not simplifying, I'm not. But I want us to have full respect that with authority, and it was written that way, and most people who read it feel it that way, but with authority, Jesus said, you will be comforted. Now, the first thing that got my attention about Jesus that made me very comfortable with the things I was reading is that the association he had to God. And somehow, even if you and I couldn't define it with words that are adequate, I knew the God he was talking about, and I was with that God, or I believe I thought I was on my own and doing well until I wasn't, and then I was given another chance. So when I tell you that, mourning is inevitable, and I don't mean that lightly, and I'm sure this is not even going to be a rise in the YouTube video, but I hope this does meet the person who is suffering from that feeling right now. You will be comforted. And I want to say this to you too, if you're hurting right now very much. I mean, I'm always here. You can drop me a comment. I love to help out that way if I can. Don't give up, okay? Don't lose hope. I know we've been through hard things, you and I, and at the level of description, it probably will blow our mind away of the things we go through. But if you're still here today and you're watching this, I want to actually remind you that in your own life, when you've suffered loss, there was comfort. You weren't left out to hang. You weren't left helpless. And I know that's not everybody's story when we look at the lives of other people around us. But if that's your story, you know what I'm talking about. So if you are a little bit on the downward slope, if you're feeling heavy in the heart, you have fears about the future, a lot of the news and the media don't make the future sound really, really good with digital ID. I mean, if we thought conflicts weren't enough, now there's things like that. And we just don't know what to expect, because sometimes the people who are rolling these things out are like anybody else, far from perfect. So even when you're having those anxieties, which is a loss for what was, for how you once maybe felt more secure in a strong economy where neighbors got along, don't give up. You'll be comforted. And when I say that to you, it's not comforted in a way where it says, attack, let's go attack. No, let's conflict. No, you will be comforted. And you know that word. I know that word. And sometimes we're told it's bad, but when you're hurting, to feel comfort from that hurt, to feel the soft embrace of whatever it is that you need to rise up from that downward place, that's the comfort that Jesus is referring to. And it's going to be different for you. But the point is that you received comfort from a place of hurting. And that's why it's very clear and very meaningful to say, happy are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And when I say that, the one last thing I want to make very clear is that these words came from Jesus. Without Jesus and those words, I was lost. I'm saying those were a grounding point. Jesus, those words, God, much bigger, at levels we can't explain. But that was the grounding point I needed, where the hope started to build up. A lot of the stuff was a little bit unique the way he was saying it. But he did say, happy are those who mourn, The word was blessed. Happy are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Now, if you're with Jesus so far, you know his words are true. He didn't come here to hurt you. Peace and love, my friends. Have a great day. You deserve it, okay? I'm here for you. Take care. If you feel it, like it, subscribe, and do all that other stuff. But you know what? I'm just glad I got the big message out to you guys. Have a great day. Bye.